Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are going to be reviewing a gold McCree on Gibraltar, it looks like. If you guys are enjoying the content, do feel free to like and subscribe, or if you're looking to potentially get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, and down there you'll be able to see my rates, see if I'm doing any promos in the future, etc. So let's see what we've got with our gold McCree player. I don't love the high ground exit for you here. There's nothing you can do with it. I do like the choice of skin, but I don't like the high ground exit because what are you going to do? Poke someone who peeks out here early? No. You look at this, you walk out behind your Reinhardt, or if you want to check the flank, I can live with that. There's just not really a ton of value to you walking out up there as Kree. You're not, Widowmaker or, a Genji or a Winston who might jump over to the bridge. Yeah, shoot the AFK person, absolutely. So that's a fair amount of downtime that you created. Let's go watch this. So, you reload while you're behind, that's fine. Take your shots. We're slowing this down so you can see it. I don't mind that you miss a shot, that's fine. Then you're reloading. But you've still got a Reinhardt there, you've still got half health, you don't have to spend all this long behind cover. You can pretty quickly, that's weak of him to have used shift there, and you can already be shooting again. Okay, you're missing the shot, that's fine. You go for the flash, that's fine. I'd prefer you're not shooting, you were shooting at the Rhine Shield when you had viable targets up here. Shooting at the Rhine Shield is fine if there's nothing else available, totally fine, but I want you shooting at these other targets. If you look at what your compositions are, you're a McCree with a Torb. They are a McCree with a Junkrat. Shield break wars aren't really what you're looking to do. You expect them to win those. You do have the BAP, which helps a bit, but outside of when you're using window, you expect them to win those shield break wars. So sure, shoot at the shield if there's nothing else. Absolutely use that uptime. Don't delay your shots to go, let me look around, etc. But, take the shot over here. Take the shot at her to make her bring up defense matrix. You don't need to just pump shots into this. And that wasn't a ton of time you were just pumping shots into this, but it does add up. You want to be pretty quick on flicking between your different targets, etc. Pretty good at your target prioritization. Okay, shoot at the swinging Rhine, that's fine. But there's a Junkrat right there. Good. You're full health, you have a Mercy pocketing you. Shoot that Moira over there. You don't need to push that corner. Okay. Okay, fine. Yep, no problem. Rest in peace. I don't really like that. So that was you had 4 shots left when you rolled. I get you're rolling for movement. I can live with it. And you were going to make this a 3v1, 3v2? No, to make it a 3v2. So I'll live with that roll, but I'm going to be much less forgiving of this roll coming up here. Is this baby diva getting away if you don't roll towards it? If you don't put your roll on cooldown, is this baby diva getting away? The answer is no. It's already a 3v1. You could say it's a 3v2 because McCree's up there, but really this is a 3v1. And if you don't roll, it's still a 3v1, and there's no way this baby diva, there's not no way, the crazy things happen in gold. You should expect this baby diva, with where she is, with the complete lack of available cover, with the fact that your Torb is paying attention to her and has Mercy working on him, and you're looking at her, she's not going to get away. You don't need to be burning your roll for this when you're not also getting reload value out of that roll. If you're using the roll to increase your uptime through, hey, you're also getting ammo out of it, fine, I'm going to live with it. Not going to live with this window. You didn't need to just get closer to that. Oh, look, you don't have roll. And because he pulled the trigger early, you're not eliminated, but if he hadn't pulled the trigger early, you'd be eliminated, and that roll might have helped you avoid it.
Much better.
I don't really like you going for this. This is a long time that you're making your team just suffer in the open there. With McCree, this is a long flank. You're not Soldier. You don't have Sprint to help you quickly relocate. I would have no complaint about a Soldier doing this. I would expect a Tracer to do this. You don't really have movement. Your only movement is your pitiful little roll that we were just talking about. This flank takes you a long amount of time, and your Reinhardt is suffering while you do this. And when I say your Reinhardt is suffering, I'm serious. Look at that. And his shield isn't in much better shape. Look at this. Your team is getting softened up, and her Matrix probably isn't in much better shape, whereas they're all full. And part of this is, yes, this isn't a very good approach that your team is taking, and I'm with that. But part of that is that you went, oh, hey, my team's in here. My team's, in a place where they're getting poked at. I'm going to leave, walk down here. Well, maybe I'll walk over here, skip to my do, yippee-yi-yoo, roll on up here, yeah. And now I'm going to contribute to the fight, 5 seconds later. No, that's too long. As much as your angle over here isn't great, you're contributing. You're going, hey, I can go here. I can play this angle. I can push back that Reinhardt. I can be here. I can potentially flash him if I need to, and I can keep putting shots into that. And yeah, this Junkrat's going to get a little more done because he's got a nice funnel to shoot his nades down there, etc. But you can't spend all the time it takes to go over here while your Reinhardt is, getting attacked, getting pushed into. Your team is getting damage rained down on them the whole time. Where is your Reinhardt now? Am I crazy? Where did your Reinhardt get to? Did he give up? Yeah, he went back to get the health back because he's not even getting support. Yeah, you don't want to do this while the team is here. If you can get the whole team to back off, great. But if you're doing that, your team should be going up through high ground. Okay. Back to our McCree. This isn't when you want to be pushing because your Reinhardt isn't threatening them at all. You would know that if you hadn't left him the whole time. So they have like a 2v5 right now if they want it because it's just you and Tor. Yeah, the fact that this Rein can come answer you is because your Rein is off getting someone and you don't know it, and you shouldn't get out, but you're going to. Okay. Got rewarded for that, but you didn't actually get rewarded for that. You see, like it looks like you got rewarded for that bad play, but you lost your Torb in exchange because your Torb and Rein were down here because you'd left them alone so long, etc. So at least there's some justice in the world, but that's fine. You'll learn. That's what we're doing this for. Did you have to pop that early? I guess you're worried about the fade. Okay, shoot it. Yeah, shoot at that, not the Nano Diva. Okay, so you wanted your shot before she went behind the cart there. I get it. Yeah, good pressing of X. You're pretty safe in this Valk. Make sure you hit that tire. Pretty safe from the Covalescence, not pretty safe from their tire. It's a lot of time that you're just leaving your team to hang there. But okay, I get it. Everyone's going for cover. That's what happens to tires of gold. It's fine. You missed the flash, but you tried for it. I don't mind you missing mechanics. I just want you trying to do the right thing. That was a little dicey. I don't really love that you pushed up this far. Pushing up this far, you had the same shot. Pushing up this far, you just opened yourself to get shot in the side by a diva or to get matrixed across by a diva who you didn't have to. You could just be literally 2 steps further back and deal with him, and then you could turn and deal with this. You don't want to open yourself to both sides at once to be exposed. No way. Okay, if you keep pouring ults into it. Okay. Blows my mind a little, but that's fine. And for those of you watching, the reason that blows my mind is he didn't have any sort of protection to pull that off, and he was out in the open in the direction that most of the enemies were looking. He'd just be deleted faster than that in most games, and he should expect that to happen. Oh yeah, now my chat sees it. Yeah, now my chat is thinking the same thing I am, like, how on earth did that even happen? And yes, that was crazy. You don't, okay, you're doing the reload thing, aren't you? Why would we one-shot reload there? Like, our Ryan was going to be back in just another instant there. We didn't need to do that. We could close the angle real quick and then reopen it. We didn't have to spend the time with a reload, and we do lose time by doing that reload there. And to put things in perspective, like, one of McCree's abilities is to do a full clip reload. So, like, clearly reloads aren't completely worthless for McCree. You know, he has pretty good damage, pretty good uptime. His role is part of it. We don't want to be needlessly increasing that uptime with, let me reload one bullet. What kind of cover would he be looking for from his team in that situation? Oh, like if he had a defense matrix over him as he was doing it, or his own diva standing next to him, that's the type of cover that might make that ult potentially work. Or, you know, if he had his Rhine shield in front of him, or if he had a Zarya that he knew had projected bubble up, or, you know, if his ball had just slammed in behind the enemy team and they were looking at the ball and not him, you know, all of those would be adequate cover from his team. Right. It's fine. Help her out. Good. Well done. Now just go upstairs and high noon. You're going to high noon him right back. Yep. It's fine. Good job. Roll. Roll for the health pack. Yep.
Let them up. Much better.
I have no idea what you dropped there. Like, if you were worried about, hey, I need to dodge something, etc., you literally just step right here. There's no idea why you dropped here. That's just wild. I mean, it's not wild. It's just like, huh? What are we doing? Are we afraid to shoot at this Moira who's ulting? I know she's a pain to kill when she's getting to heal her vampiric life gain from this, but that doesn't mean we don't shoot at her. Okay, fine. Personally, I think you could have shot at her and still flashed and then fanned her, but what do I know?
I've got unfinished business.
If I could make a suggestion, we should get the payload moving. Get behind.
Yeah, let your Rhine go first. It's fine, you can contribute. She gifted you that. I mean, just missed too many shots. Not a big deal. Thank you, Jimbo. Thank you.
60 seconds remaining.
I need Need a double. Need healing.
Use it. You're immortal. Use it. Okay. There was no chance of him destroying that lamp. You could have used that more aggressively. Nope. She's not always going to gift you the opportunity to flash her like that. You actually have to juke it. Yeah, you're right. He didn't, but that's okay. You're just soldier here for the speed. That's fine. Okay. If you really need the speed, Tracer's the way back, but that's fine. I'm gonna guess that you're more comfortable with soldier than Tracer. It's a more similar play style.
Initiate. Ready.
Okay.
Ready for
Oh,
battle.
we're gonna stay on soldier? That's fine.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the pain.
Fine. Keeping your diva between you and them. Take your shots. It's fine. Pivot right.
Damn it. Tactical necessity.
Not sure what that heal station was for. Let me rephrase that. That heal station was wrong.
Nice shooting, Jack.
You guys don't really want to be surrendering this, but I suppose you're gonna have to. You don't actually have to, but you're choosing to. Good. This is much more what you want to be doing on Soldier. So, like, when you were down here on McCree and you went on this, and you went on this, oh, yay, we're going to go on our super long flank while our Reinhardt is getting shot at, etc. That's much more Soldier's jam. So if you want to be doing that, this is your hero. Good. Don't get hooked. Do you hear him? Do you hear him? Yeah. There was a sound cue there. You couldn't see him through walls like we can in the replay, but you definitely had a sound cue.
Not dead yet.
Okay, we'll rewind it.
Not dead yet.
Just do some minor target selection stuff. Shouldn't hit the hog, fine. Swap into the Rhine, which I can live with, but look at that juicy, juicy Zen right over there. Yeah, I know he has a mercy pocket, but that juicy, juicy Zen. Instant flick over and rocket him. Instantly flip over and throw your Helix rocket off of him. He's not going to move. No, the Helix rocket at the glowing cowboy who's at a range that you can't miss. That's the one to hit. That one. And this health station, if the one you wanted was the McCree, of course he's going to close the angle on you because you're going to get the jump on him. So your health station was going to have to be further out. And really what was going to happen is you were going to start the fight. And if he further closed, you were going to go over here and drop your health station where you've got cover to work with and all that stuff. This health station was too shallow.
I've got you in my sights.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Do I want to talk about that? You're down 3. They're down 1.
I've got you in my sights.
No. Even if you immediately delete the Zen and the Mercy, they still get the point. They're still going to get the point. Like, no. There's just bad judgment to use the ult here. You don't want to use your ult in a situation. I'm being too harsh, not offering enough constructive criticism here. So you don't want to use your ult when you're super behind in a fight. You want to use your ult most of the time, offensive ults like this, in a situation where the fight has legitimately started. One or both teams are committed to the fight, preferably the other team is committed to the fight. That's when you want to use your ult. Ults are going to get the most value when it's still a 6v6 situation, or maybe it's devolved into like a 5v5 situation, and some cooldowns have come out, but the eliminations haven't started piling up yet. So that 6v6 where you're locked into a brawl and you've seen a couple cooldowns come out, or that 5v5 because someone's gone down on both sides, some cooldowns have definitely come out. You've seen things happen like, oh, hey, the Rhine Shield has already been softened up. The Junkrat has already used one of his mines. The Hog has already put his hook on cooldown. Why are you more effective then? Because of things like, oh, the Hog's hook is on cooldown, so I'm less likely to get hooked off there. Oh, the Junkrat has used his mine. He's less likely to pop up here from right below me and take me out while I'm doing it. Or he's less likely to be able to use a mine to get out behind cover, etc. Like, you're looking for it after some cooldowns have come out, after they're committed to the fight, but before you're in a situation where the fight is kind of decided. Because this fight is decided. You see this? This fight is decided, and Junkrat, who used his ult with better timing than you, is the one who decided it. Hope that makes sense. And, you know, maybe you accomplish delaying the point capping for 5 or 6 seconds there, but that's not a good trait. You want to win the team fight with your ult. You don't want to just delay the point a few seconds. Because now they have ult charge and you don't, and they're potentially going to snowball you a bit. Okay. Are there people you can get behind, or are you going to go on top of spaceship? I don't know that this is the position you want.
Feeling spry.
Okay. You rocketed him that time! Yay! Okay. Let's take one more look. I want to see the rocket again. It was beautiful. I love it. Okay, so you're down in this fight. You don't have supports. That's unfortunate. You're going to rocket that. Your D.Va's on point. You do not need to go to point. You need to win the fight. And that means getting another elimination. This elimination on the McCree, very valuable. The next thing that needs to happen is you need to either absolutely chunk down this Reinhardt that's been flattened to put them behind in the fight, or you need to remove this Zen. Those are the next things that need to happen. You do not need to go to cart. You have a D.Va on cart who's still full resources. She is the one who is going to protect this cart, hold this cart. She's not going to be able to contribute very much else to the fight. If her positioning is she's stuck like an anchor, yeah, that's a beautiful little sea anchor there. It's not. On this point, if she's the anchor, she's not going to be able to move around how she needs to get eliminations, so that's on you. You do not also need to go anchor the point. Junkrat does not also need to go anchor the point. She's doing that. Maybe Junkrat will go over here, and then he can go to point if she goes down. You need to immediately get an elimination or significantly chunk them down so that you guys can stay in this fight. That is your elimination, and you need to just go wild from up here from this strong positioning behind them where they aren't looking. They're looking forward towards your respawn, towards your D.Va, not back here, which lets you immediately delete this Zen, and it'll be great. And then you guys are back in this fight. It's even. Do it. No. No. I'm sad now. Again, that Zen would not have had those shots at you. I don't even mind that you didn't get him. That Zen simply wouldn't have had the ability to hit those shots on you if you're up here. You just go, oh, okay, I guess I'm switching back. I'm closing the angle on him, and I guess I'm switching back to shooting the Rhine in the back. And the Rhine has to pick between the D.Va, because we're winding up time, shielding against the D.Va or shielding against getting shot in the back if dead by you. See? Much better. But that's okay. And you're gone, and that's probably the end of it, right?
Victory.
Okay, so good stuff. I was critical, but that's fine. So I do want you to really think about how to use those tac visors. I want those to come out after the opposing team is committed to the fight, after some cooldowns have come out, but before, the fight's been decided, before someone else has hit an ult that wins the fight, like the Riptire, etc. If they use Riptire and you use Tac Visor after you've eliminated the Riptire, when the Riptire got 1 and it's a 5v5, or maybe even in a 6v5, but you see they're low on defense matrix, the shields are softened, and they're out in the open, sure, still could be worth it. But I don't want you using it when you're down by 2 players like you did there in what was that? You were down 3 players, they were down 1, so that was a 3v5. Don't want you using in that. You're not expecting to be able to get back into those situations. I want you to work on your uptime on McCree and your target prioritization in general. So we're not going to go do those long flanks on McCree. And then for both of your hit scan, I want you thinking about that target prioritization. You like shooting at those shields a little too much. Shooting at those shields is fine, but there are some situations, there's some damage that's slipping away from you. There's some, hey, it's easy for me to shoot at these other targets. You can be faster on that flick over to the McCree up there to hit the rocket when you're doing it. You can skip off the Reinhardt shield over to the Zen in the back there, etc. Shooting at Rhine shields is okay, but it's hey, this is my time filler, this is better doing nothing, this is to maximize my uptime. It is not something you want to do. You're always looking for that better option. And you can kind of be thinking, are there any better options? You have to aim very hard when you're shooting at a Rhine shield. So you have some brain power to go, is there something else I can look for, etc., etc.? Okay, cool. Anyway, good stuff. I'll do my little outro and then I'll answer questions. So good stuff. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, leave it in the comments, whatever you want to do. For people that are watching this, if you're enjoying the content, please do feel free to like and subscribe. That really does help me out. Tells YouTube that, hey, this is good stuff. People like to see it. I get to do more of it. Works out cool. Or if you're looking for coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. And from there, you can see my rates, connect with other people that are, getting coaching, looking for coaching, things like that. Works out pretty cool. Or you can have discussions about balance and what the Sigma nerf means and all that stuff. And, maybe you'll be right, maybe you'll be wrong, maybe I'll contribute. Who really knows? Okay, so what do we have from the peanut gallery today? You want to be famous like these guys. You will be famous like these guys. You have lots of videos up because you are a client. And if you want to do a live one, we can do that. I don't love doing the actual sessions when I'm coaching with a person because it becomes too many screen shares, too much internet stuff at once. So I don't really like to do that, Jumbo. But we can talk about that some other time. It just becomes a little too much. My internet setup isn't that great, really. Okay. And then from Adam, our stats a decent indicator of skill level. Not really, because you're playing against worse opponents. So if you're playing against worse opponents and if you're playing against worse opponents and you're hitting more shots, that's great, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. And you can also hit lots of things where, people master things at different skill levels. Like you might run into a tank that's really mastered how exactly to contest the point, when it makes sense to, when it doesn't, etc. And they may have higher deaths than another tank at a low rank because that tank hasn't yet mastered that, and that tank is playing too passive. And as an example, the Reinhardt that is standing there with his shield in the open is contributing less than the Silver Reinhardt that's walking up and swinging at things, but the Silver Reinhardt that is walking up and swinging at things is going to have more deaths per 10 minutes than the Reinhardt that just sort of stands there with his shield for his people to do work from behind him and then backs off and hopes to get healed, etc. He'll lose more games, the one who just stands in the open like that, but the one that uses their shield to get there is probably going to have more deaths per 10 minutes, just as an example. yes, you absolutely should submit your bronze gameplay, but and maybe I'll select it, maybe I won't. If you want to know that I'm going to select it, you guys have to pay me. I do coaching. That's the thing I do. But sometimes I'll do a freebie here and there, so that works out. Okay. I'm a coach. I'm an Overwatch coach. I can do some life stuff if we want to talk finances, education, dating. I'm not a therapist though, so I can't tell you why you're so sad. Okay. Okay. Anyway, it's been real. Later, guys. Temporal out.